Hi there YouTube, your boy back with another video. So this video gonna be about the first time I got cheated on, so more like a story time.
What?
And I wanted to say that it's never okay to cheat on someone, and it's never okay for somebody to cheat on you. So if you ever felt that way, it's best if you leave the situation. So after this intro, we'll get started. Peace. So, she was dating one of my, as we was kids, sort of like young teenagers. She was dating one of my friends. Yeah, one of my best friends. So we was all hanging out together or whatever, and it always being cool, you know.
Why you always lying? Oh my God. Stop fucking lying.
And she used to live, I think, in Spring Hill. But at the time, you know, me and my friend, we lived in the same city, you know. So after they didn't work out, like years later, I'm down the road, then, you know, I wanted to give it a shot, but
You stupid.
then again, you never know who somebody is, because one, like, when we first started dating or whatever, she was still doing what she was still doing. And I wasn't even mad at that fact, because, you know what I'm saying, I knew who she was, you know what I'm saying. And it was like one moment to where, see, me and my brother, we always used to stay out at night over our other friend's house when we were younger, like, you know, on, you know, weekends, school nights, you know how they used to be.
Nigga, you gay.
So one morning, it was a summer actually. So one I woke up around like 6 a.m. It was still like dark outside. So I was walking, and then I saw her walking, but with another guy. So I'm trying to see did I see that? I passed them right on, you know what I'm saying? She didn't see me though, or at least she wasn't trying to see me. So I had to circle all the way back. And I think she saw me the second time. And then I walked all the way. It was a long way home.
Is just under 640.
How many like miles was it? I think that maybe about 2-3 miles, because it's across town. And I always use walk back and forth, you know what I'm saying? Like when it hit dark time at my house, you know what I'm saying, I walk to my best friend's house again, because we always spend the night like that. But so when I got home, I texted her like, who is that? And you know, she made up a quick lie about who it was. And I think I wanted to believe it, or I forced myself to believe. Maybe I didn't, I'm not sure. And we got past that, sort of. And this kind of tough thinking about it, but yeah, we got past it, and then fast forward, and that's when we got together for real. Everything was good. Everything was good until we both moved to Texas at her family house. Arlington, Texas. We went to her family house because to get a better life from where we was, because they wasn't hiring anyone down here, and we needed a job, you know, and there's better opportunities out there. So when we got down there, and keep in mind, we always go down there. We always go visit her sisters. Me, her, and her mom drive down there with her other 2 sisters. And I always be a blast because we always go everywhere. But anyway, we moved down there a couple of days to get in there, like a week or so. I got a job in Dallas. It was at a warehouse. We were making like bed cotton and stuff like that. It was a good job, you know what I'm saying? Didn't understand really too many people, because pretty much everybody talked Spanish.
Huh? Let me speak to your manager.
But anyways, after that, I worked at that job for like 3 months until we moved to another part of Arlington. I think it was in like Canada, something like that. It's been a long time, so gotta excuse me about my memory. But after we got out there, we both got a job at Walmart. She only did like a couple of like weeks at the Walmart, and she told me that she finna go home, back to our hometown to get her car because she had a car. We had to leave it. Her mom dropped us off down there. She was gonna have to go back and get her car. And then again, when she went, I never heard from her again. Never. It's been like a lot of months before I heard from her. Like, I was confused, cause that one day turned into 2, turned into 3, and I ain't heard from her. I'm like, what the heck? So I'm blowing up her phone or whatever. She didn't answer nothing, and I was asking her sister had they heard from me. They said no. So I'm like, huh. I was confused on what just happened, so I'm like, well, I gotta go back home, you know. And that was like, I don't know what she got going on, but you don't have to leave, because I had a good job, you know, so I had something good going for myself. So that turned to like, I think almost a year or something. It was good. It's just the only problem that I didn't like. I didn't have any friends down there. Like, I talked to people at work, then again, they, you know, that connection of friends, you know what I'm saying? My friends was at my hometown. You know, that connection, the joking around, the stuff you miss, you know what I'm saying? And then I started talking to this girl. She was a cool girl. She was loud though, and she was way older than me. I think I was like 19 at the time. I don't know how it was. 19, I think. Yeah, 19, something like that. It was in 2017 or like 16 going into 17 or 2017. And the dude who I thought was my friend, he was pretty cool, bro. We always hung out, even after work, you know what I'm saying? He was a cool dude. It was just, I ain't see a problem with it because at the same time, the girl who I was talking to, she wasn't my girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? I was just, you know, having fun with her or whatever and something. But she claimed she didn't want the relationship at the time, so I didn't never push the issue. I just, you know, enjoyed the ride or whatever. And she was always saying, oh, your friend tried to talk to me like I'm supposed to do something about it. Like, you know, I was confused about what she wanted to do. She like, I want you to say something to him. Like, why would I say something to him if, you know, he ain't doing nothing wrong? You're not my girlfriend. He didn't do nothing wrong to me, so she got mad at me for not saying nothing to him. If I wasn't, if she was my girlfriend, then I understand. But and then if she was my girlfriend, I'm sure he wouldn't even done that. You know what I'm saying? He knew she wasn't my girlfriend because how me and her started talking, he the one set us up really. Because at that time I was kind of, you know, hesitating of talking to girls at that time. So I always sent him, and that day I realized that you always gotta do it yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, you growed out of that, you know? So that was the last day you know, something like that ever happened. But then, me and her, like I said, I always have fun. We worked at the same job, you know what I'm saying? I always see each other. It was cool. We lived down the road from each other. There was a lot of apartments in a row. Y'all know how Texas is. It's pretty, it was beautiful. Hey, the girl came back to visit her sisters again without saying, like, came back like it was normal. Came back like it was normal. I'm like, what? I ain't even say nothing to her. Matter of fact, that's right. I didn't say anything to her because when she came, I left. I went exactly to the old girl house because she didn't come down there until they leave. And then once I left, no, matter of fact, it wasn't even like that. When she came back that day, I was gonna stay like a day or two that weekend. So I left and went to the pond. It was this beautiful pond that was down the road from, you know, the apartments. Cause it's like a lot of apartments, you know what I'm saying? It was big, but it was a pond that I always go to. And then I was chilling there. I think the girl saw me over there cause I think her apartment was around there. Matter of fact, that day was our first day hanging out after work. I knew her for a good, like a month or so. I always see her, but we never hung out after work. We always talk at work. So she texted me like, what you doing sitting by the pond? I'm like, what? Because I knew she lived somewhere near, but I didn't know it was that close. I told her like, oh, my ex-girl came back and, you know, just trying to avoid her. She's like, oh, well, you can come over here. I'm like, for real? So I thought about it. I was still sitting there, and then the girl herself was texting me saying, "Oh, where you at? Where you at?" Blowing up my phone like, "Where you?" I'm like, "Why you don't worry about where I'm at? You know what I'm saying?" And I think I told her where I was or something, and she got mad at me, and I think she put my clothes in my game, so she hid it somewhere and say, "Oh, I threw it away." So I'm like, "Why you touching my stuff?" And then I think she called her mom now to say that I was with another girl, but her mom them knew what she did wasn't right. So everybody was getting on her case, like, you can't do that. You can't come back and control him like you didn't leave. You love him. Like, I wasn't even expecting that at all. I wasn't expecting it. And I wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? You know how people take up for the kids, even them laying around. So that's why I wouldn't even put up an argument, because I would never put nobody in that position to do something like that. You know what I'm saying? After she said, I was like, I was telling her, like, why you care? You left me. You know what I'm saying? Why you worrying about it? And I said, don't be touching my stuff. You know what I'm saying? My stuff wasn't bothering me. That's the only problem that I had. You know, and I'm like, but when she exactly called them, she was like, I'm gonna call my mom. You know, and that made me run back up there to say, like, oh, you know, what this gonna be. And they knew the whole time. You know what I'm saying? It was her fault. She couldn't come back, and you know what I'm saying? I was doing good. After it took me a while to forget about her. You know what I'm saying? It took me a while, literally. I was fighting. That was the first day ever, the first time I ever had to rethink my whole life, and I never had to do that. Rethink it. That's the first day I felt depressed. That was the first day I felt depressed. That was the first day I knew anything of sadness like that, because I never been sad like that. And I was questioning myself to where what happened, and I never got those answers. That was always Eni a lie. She never, even to this day, she never ever apologized or anything like that. See, matter of fact, that's another story time to give y'all. But after this one, yeah, so they rushed home, was yelling at her for saying, don't be touching my stuff. You left me. You know what I'm saying? You can't come back and control him. And all like that. So she started crying like, oh, y'all gaining up on me. Like, no, it wasn't that. You just, what I'm supposed to do, just let you sit here and touch my stuff that I wasn't even bothering you. I ain't say not one word to you when you got here. I just left. You know what I'm saying? And then definitely after that weekend, she went back home. It was not the same as normal. She didn't say anything. She didn't text me or anything like that. And still, but I was also still, it was a good life, but I was also fighting myself, fighting my head, like, to see what was my purpose. Because even if I had a good job, I had a you know, I won't say a girl, but a girl who met a girl that I was messing with, and I was texting a whole another girl too, because that one, the second person, was the nicest person I ever met in my whole life. Two opposites. The girl who I was first texting, she was loud, mean, kind of. She wasn't ratchet because she was classy, sorta, but she was loud. Or they had times where I didn't understand anything too much, because I was always thinking, like, I was always to myself, like, it had been days when I came to work and I didn't talk to the guy that I said that was my friend at the time, or her. I just, you know, I was in, like I said, I was a stalker at Walmart overnight, and I was always in Charlie aisle, stalking there. Like, I never left the aisle, and they always came over there to see what was wrong. Or when the girl came, sometimes I ain't even say nothing to her. Like, I know her or something, and you know what I'm saying? Like I said, find myself. It really had nothing to do with them. It was me just missing home. But I know I had things here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have to make the decision to go back home to have nothing, just to sit like a stupid. Didn't have anything. Knowing the certain situation the reason I left home. You know what I'm saying? I had to really give up everything that I worked it for. You know what I'm saying? Everything. And and at that time, matter of fact, I got fired from Walmart. They say it might have been a mistake. He didn't know. He was just doing what he was told, and I didn't even argue with him because I thought that was my opportunity to go straight back home, straight back to Louisiana, and that's exactly what I did. I didn't argue with him. He told me, you know, he called me in the office, told me. I said, "Oh, okay." And I just took out the vest and I walked away. He stopped me saying, "It might be a mistake. The lady who run this Walmart, she gonna be here at this time, so come back at this time." I didn't. I think I went home actually like a couple of days after that. Like, I didn't waste no time. I thought that was you know, a calling. And the dude and the girl who I told you about, they got mad at me for wanting to go home, because I was always telling them I wanted to go home. They're like, "Nah, you better not. You better not." And they didn't understand how I really felt. And that one time that I just made up my mind after they got, you know, mad at me saying, "Don't, better not, better not." And I just stopped texting them, and I went home and I let them know. And old girl blocked me, and the dude was like, it was, you know, he was still on my side. He was still my boy in a way. He didn't say nothing out the way. He was just, you know, wanted me to be happy. But the girl was selfish. But then when I moved back home, I still didn't see that girl that left me up there. And that's what I'm saying. That was my first time being depressed, my first time being sad, my first time ever felt abandoned. See, that's my fear now, being abandoned. Any other fear, you know, I'm not really too much scared of anything like that, but my fear is to be abandoned. I don't know why, but it is. It just is. All because of that one thing. She never said sorry. And then even to this day, you know, when I used to work with her at Pizza Hut, she was one of my managers. She never said sorry. I ain't even never said anything to her. Not one time. I was a cook. And how the area is, my cooking area, you know, down here, and everything else that way, like everything else that way. So nobody could come bother me at all. Like, I was always back there by myself making the pizza, whatever. And she always came, "Oh, what you doing?" Or something. Not one time I ever said anything to her. Not one thing. And then, yeah, not one time. But like I said, that was my first time of defining who I was. And I'm still in a battle to this day, trying to figure out who I was, trying to be better than the guy who I was yesterday. You know what I'm saying? And to be honest, that was my first time ever. Since that happened that time, it's nonchalant. I didn't too much feel anything. I didn't want to. It's like I turned my emotions off. I just didn't care about anything. Like, I cared, but didn't care. You know what I mean? Anything that went wrong, I'm like, oh, that's supposed to happen, or it must not meant to be. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was kind of sad, but you know what I'm saying? I found my purpose. Well, I found my purpose when I had my little girl. That's the purpose. Because I knew I couldn't be who I was at the time. I gotta have to be somebody better for her. And I did. And every time I get sad or anything like that, I think about her. Because I named her Hope, because I knew I was gonna, hit rock bottom one day. And every time I hear her name, I say her name, give me hope. Like I said, if it wasn't for your kids, y'all probably won't be in this world. Most of y'all don't even care. Most of y'all got the guts to take your own life, I don't. I don't at all. I don't have the guts. Scared to death. scare everything about death, even though it shouldn't be a reason to be scared. But for some reason that I just don't want to go silent. But you know, that's another story. But anyways, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And please show me some love. Peace.
Don't forget to follow your boy. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.